in a quiet little town, where cobblestone streets curved, like sleeping snakes, and the evenings smelled of fresh bread. There lived a cat named Whiskers and a dog named Bruno. Whiskers belonged to no one and everyone at the same time. She was silver gray, light on her paws, and moved like a whisper in the wind. Bruno, on the other hand, was a large golden dog with a tail that wagged like it was trying to power the whole town. They did not like each other. At least, that's what they told themselves. Whiskers thought Bruno was too loud. He barked at birds, at bicycles, at his own reflection. Bruno thought Whiskers was too proud. She never came when called, never fetched, and looked at him as if he were a simple creature. One afternoon, everything changed. A thunderstorm rolled into town without warning. The sky cracked open, rain poured down in heavy sheets, and the wind howled through the streets. Bruno had been chasing a drifting newspaper when he realized he was far from home. The thunder frightened him. For all his size, he was afraid of loud noises. He ran for shelter and found himself under an old wooden cart near the market square. And there, already curled up and dry, was Whiskers. They stared at each other. "Go away," Whiskers seemed to say with her narrowed eyes. But another crash of thunder shook the cart. Bruno trembled and lowered himself to the ground, trying to make himself small. Whiskers noticed. She had always thought of Bruno as foolish, but not weak. Seeing him afraid stirred something unexpected in her chest. Not annoyance, but understanding. The storm grew stronger. Rain began to leak through the cracks in the cart roof. Water pooled around them. Without a word, Whiskers stepped closer to Bruno. His fur was thick and warm. She hesitated only a moment before pressing against him to keep dry. Bruno blinked in surprise. Then, carefully, as if afraid she might change her mind, he shifted slightly to shield her from the dripping water. They stayed like that until the storm passed. When the clouds finally cleared and sunlight spilled across the wet streets, the town smelled fresh and new. Bruno stood up and stretched. Whiskers jumped lightly out from under the cart. They looked at each other differently now. No words were spoken. Cats and dogs rarely need them. But something had changed. The next day, Bruno did not bark when Whiskers passed, and Whiskers did not pretend she hadn't seen him. Soon, they began walking the streets together. Bruno kept watch with his brave heart and loud bark. Whiskers climbed walls and rooftops, seeing dangers from above. Where one was strong, the other was clever. The townspeople smiled when they saw them, the unlikely pair, and though they still argued in their own quiet ways. When storms came again, they no longer faced them alone. Because sometimes, friendship begins not with liking each other, but with staying when it matters most.